Welcome back.
The church's punisher. The man who rivals even Iscariot. While we were still with the gardens, the overseers warned us to be more wary of you than even the society's own enforcers.
That...
Well, I certainly don't feel like I could beat him. And I guess I can see why they view me as a threat. Actually, want to hear a funny story? See, during last year's whole Horacion debacle, I was on standby, in case things went sour, you know? If Almada or the Gardens got a little too close to fulfilling their plan, I was instructed to take him out, with one very particular artifact.
The same one you used to eliminate that Anguis.
Consider yourselves lucky that you left the Gardens.
Is the Faceless dead? He might be.
Knew a few folks that had been abducted and brainwashed by them. So I imagine you guys weren't there of your own free will or anything. But nevertheless, if we'd bumped into each other back then, you two would have been hunted down, no mercy.
That's some confidence you got there.
We wouldn't have gone down easily. Not then, and not now.
You probably still would have lost, though.
Kevin, there's no need to be so rude to them.
At any rate, we won't be starting this request of his until tomorrow, which means you'll have the rest of the evening to think things over. And considering this establishment is only open until 7 p.m., I believe it would behoove us to move on to our lodgings for the night.
Right. Guess this really isn't the best place to hash things out anyway.
Doubt we'll have an answer for you anytime soon, though. Wait. We're staying here, aren't we? At the Al Jumeirah?
While I certainly wish that were the case, I'm afraid I don't have that kind of money at the moment. You see, after paying for both the pool and dinner, I have not but 10,000 mira to my name.
He had all his hidden assets seized by the CID recently. The secret bank account he made while he was still in the Empire, his stocks, credit, ingots, all gone.
Damn, they really stripped you bare, huh? Well, you have my sympathies. Maybe you can ask your little brother if he's got cash to spare?
I'd like to believe I'm not that shameless. That aside, I am dead. It wouldn't do to rise from the grave asking for money.
This is so funny.
In any event, I'm no longer a target of high priority to the CID.
I really want some Eustace Rufus interactions right now, please.
Which means you just got a whole lot easier to hire.
Wait a sec. Then what was with that sports car you were driving? That thing's gotta cost at least $1 million.
That was a rental from Elsheim. In fact, I've already returned it to the dealer.
Something else to wrap my head around. So where are we staying then?
In the cultural district. The inn we booked is supposed to have some really tasty food, too. How could you?
Well, it's not his fault. Well, from riches to rags, bro. I mean, he's dead, technically. In the eyes of the law, anyway. You can't blame him. It's a CID, bro. Beep-be-doo. Don't worry, Rufus. I'll get your money back by the end of the game.
Just as delicious as dinner. Shaky shaka, right? The flavors of the eggs and ground meat mixed together just wonderfully.
It's shakshuka, Lapis. A traditional Central Eastern breakfast that uses both spices and chili pepper. Figured it might be a little too heavy to start the day with, but I think some spice was actually exactly what I needed.
Always good to try some of the local cuisine, you know? Also, I gotta ask, Lapis, how the heck are you keeping your dress so clean? I mean, you eat like a trash compactor.
Huh?
With her superb etiquette skills, of course. Another product of her superior processing power. You see, in order to maintain the grace befitting a Rosenberg doll, she utilizes her singularity to...
Would someone please pay attention to me?
Oh, she's awake. Didn't sleep well, huh? I told you to relax. The rooms are pretty comfy once you get used to them. The owner's been really kind to us so far, too. Seems Freddy was right about this place after all. There's more where that came from. Feel free to ask me for seconds. Yeah, I guess, but I'm still annoyed. After all that time at the pool yesterday and last night's amazing dinner, how could I not want more? Now that I think about it, I suppose we could have been able to afford the night there had I rented a lesser car. What? Hey, cut him some slack. I know he may look like he's got it all together, but remember, the guy was waited on hand and foot for most of his life. I know, but still. Guess I'll have to give up on my dreams of staying in a 6-star hotel someday. Poof, like dust in the wind. I'm sorry, Nadia. You must have really wanted to have breakfast there too, didn't you? That's not why she's upset, Lapis. Look, I'll save up some cash. I can take you there one day myself. Sound good? I'll even set up a reservation for one of our anniversaries. It'll be just the two of us. Oh, stop! Oh, you're really putting on a show this morning, Nadia. Anyway, you alright with us tagging along today? Even if we don't end up coming to an agreement last night? That's fine, the situation's pretty up in the air at the moment anyway. Give us a chance to see your skills in action too. Gotta make sure they're up to par, you know. See, well I said I don't plan on forcing either of you to do anything you don't want to do on this mission. I meant it. But that being said, I'd rather not our chances of success lowered because you two end up wavering when it matters, understand? We'll show you what we're capable of. Nothing more, nothing less. Just so you know, we'll be watching you too. Fine with me, though. I'll warn you, there ain't much to see. Then it's settled. Today we'll be spending time in each other's company. So let's get... Wait, where are we going? I'm gonna do some poking around to see what we can dig up. Like I said before, I still don't have the info I need to make sense of the situation. Well, it'd help if you told us. You know what? Never mind. It'll probably be fine if we wander around just like Vane and the others do, right? Seems like a good idea to me. They're gonna need to be the ones... Though you're gonna need to be the one sniffing around in that case. Hey, Dongo. I figured you might say as much. That's why I made a point to spread rumors of our presence last night. I imagine there could be a few forest refugees waiting for us already. Fortunately, we know a pair with ample experience in that line of work. Oh, forest refugees are those things that get posted on the back of bulletin boards, right? They're so jealous. You guys must have fun on those jobs, and all without me. Emphasis on jobs, Lapis. Anyway. Did you get Vane's permission for this? No, but as long as you refrain from abusing his system, I doubt he'll fault us in our methods. Plus, we can always explain ourselves when we meet. Get in touch with him again. I expect you two will put in a good word when the time comes. Give him a few rare sweets and I'll ready to pretend none of this ever happened. Alright. It's time for us to play Spriggan. Oh yeah. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. We'll just roll with that. Okay, you can now update the sweet spot on Big Kevin's route. Big Kevin! Of
Is
course.
always free, you know. Come again.
That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Thanks for the grub.
Wow, this is incredible.
It certainly is. Someone calling? Yeah, it's Altina.
My apologies for contacting you so suddenly. Kevin, Rufus, Lapis, it's good to see you again. Though I suppose we last spoke the day before yesterday. I'm glad to see you two as well. Swin, Nadia, it's been some time.
Tilly! Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful now. It's been about 2 years, right? Heard you bumped into Lapis and the others in Mordek's HQ. Yep, we had a few snacks together in, the High Tree. You were simply divine. I think you mean the High Tea. But anyway, we weren't expecting to hear from you. I have a suspicion you're not calling us as alumni of Thor's, now are you? Sharp as ever, I see. Correct, I am not calling as an alumni of Thor's, alumnus of Thor's. Instead, I'm calling on behalf of the Epstein Foundation regarding one of Duke's former commissions. What you doing, cat? Are you in heat? Is that what this is? That must be why you're so clingy lately. You're talking about the things Celeste and Leon dealt with, aren't you? I'm getting a bad feeling about all this. Did the society take it over or something? Wouldn't be surprised if it's the Overbreaker. Well, actually, consider what happened 2 years ago. How do you think it has something to do with that creepy old guy? I'm afraid his presence is unconfirmed at the moment. However, we've recently spotted a young woman inside whose coat of arms bears a resemblance to the society. We're certainly connected. Okay, imagine that either Novartis or the Fool are involved as well, considering the proficiency with technology, I mean. They independently operate an advanced phase-based network, I'm told. The Astral Code, was it? Guess that little collaboration of yours gives pretty valuable insight, huh? Cool. You sure that decision came fast? You want to let us talk it over? I've heard these garden places are all kinds of useful. Just imagine checking through to give some insight as what the society's up to. Which we could use as bargaining chips. You know, we're exchanging info with Arca and the Thor's folk. Well, I appreciate you agreeing to help. We'll watch for your assistance too, of course. I'll send the portal locating search application to yours for now. He's a good kitty. He's a good kitty girl. He's a good girl. Yeah. Oh, it's nothing. I was just thinking of how quick you are to use people for your own benefit. Particularly Van and Tilly. This is about that bargaining chick thing I said? Come on. We all got things for hiding. Nadia, I'm just trying to give them 1 cent of the share. Not that I'm expecting them to tell us anything useful about the garden, though. We'll be exploring separate sections, apparently. Should be interesting. Good chance to see what you two are really made of, at least. Alright, let's do it. Let's be on the lookout for portals going forward.
Let's do a search.
Welcome to Marjan Hammam. Are you entering the Hammam?
Yes. Yes, I am.
It's staying here forever.
I'm burning up in here. Can we go?
Oh, my controller is close to dying. Ugh.
We're in good shape, yeah?
I'm glad you seem to enjoy yourself.
I sure did. Let's see, boy, I'm so good for Bristol Hamilton. The bird company did that investigation work. I heard about that from Band's group. Apparently, the order is drawn from here, from the Oasis. No, this was 20 years ago, so a lot of people seem to have forgotten what all she did for us. Well, apparently that crew's back. My doctor is well respected here. Yay! Hey! Luckily, it was empty.
How dull.
Yeah, I am now. So my cat, you know, she is adorable and I love her, but
Shall we search?
I'm thinking she's probably going into heat the first time. She's been extra clingy lately, and she was still basically a kitten for a while,
Search?
but she's starting to get a little older.
Central Eastern culture.
But she's been extra clingy. Let's see, Project Star Taker sounds pretty interesting, huh?
Look, they've got a huge slab of meat just hanging there. I wonder how it tastes.
Who could have ever guessed you'd be scouting out your next meal?
It's good to have the old LP back.
Reminds me of a
course, kid.
certain someone.
From spice stews to kebabs over there in the flame. You're drooling, you know. Wait, what'd you say?
Hey there, what would you like? Come again.
Get your spices here. Have your
I
eye on
certainly
anything in
will.
particular. Thank you very much.
Come and see if you. Why, hello. Thank you. Why, hello. Thank you.
So sleepy.
Today's news briefing comes.
Yeah, baby.
Heck yeah.
Wow, this is incredible.
Sharing meals together is quite nice.
It certainly is, Rufus. Nope.
Oh? What will you do from here? I'll treasure it.
Well timed.
Alright, let's see.
I'll send this review to Van. Van's gonna be so stoked.
Let's see.
I'll send this review to Van.
Sure. Go wild.
The idol group Vega has been garnering much attention.
I'm not here to see you, Monty. What are you doing in Tharbad? Did you come to see me? Yeah, my dad suggested we take a dose, so I brought him to bring me up here. Aww. That's sweet. A lot of people tend to do all the space program craze. Alright, so let's see. Well, we've got a lot of things to do, so...
What's it got for us?
There's bizarre names. Sign them. Okay. Same deal when we were substitute brigands. We were checking the blowtorch for notes from the Force PGA symbol. This is a total drag and way too much of a time sink, but it turned out it's pretty efficient. Guessing you got familiar with our Archride solutions, so we were looking after for a bit. doubt this is previous excursion in the city bore some influence to that end, but I'll admit the demand has surpassed my expectations. Well,
Come out wherever you are.
I detect a presence. Perhaps a search is in order.
Money for our coffers.
Shall we search?
oh, it's them two. Oh, dang, that girl's got some moves. It might be the first time I actually seen them do their thing.
That was amazing, you guys. Thanks, Mario. Gotta say, though, doing this sort of thing for interviews still throws me off a little.
I agree. Even compared to appearing in films, it's a different sort of nerve-wracking.
Don't worry. The material you gave me should make for a great article. I'll put it all together once I get back to Edith.
Congrats, Mario. Mario.
Huh? Wait a second. Nadia? Swin? Oh, wow. It's been forever, you two. I didn't know you were in Tharbad.
Yeah, last time we saw each other was when we did the school festival show, right? How do you two, Sarah? Think you're giving us a hand with that, by the
We
way?
didn't do much. You all had that performance well in hand. But before we continue, these three are...
Oops, sorry, pleasure to meet you. Imagine my luck running into the stunning sisters who dance their way in onto everyone's tongues and the silver screen. Why the confusion, Mario? That's right, you only saw the fairy version of me before, and that's what explain it. Do you at least remember me, Miss?
Huh? You're...
Oh yeah, I guess you technically did meet Rufus before. And see, on the day of the school festival, I couldn't help but noticing band and crew were there one moment, then gone the next. It left me scratching my head, but just as I carried on my field reporting until suddenly someone called out to me. From where I was led to that weird place, through the hows and whys of it are still way beyond me. Seriously, though, I can't thank you two enough for what you did back then. You have nothing to thank us for. We were only repaying a debt. Exactly, all the kindness he showed me, it was only right that I show him some in return. Not sure I'm following that, but glad to hear you were there for her. This guy's your leader? And the girl's, his little sister? Then a priest on top of that makes me wonder what it is that ties you together. You and me both, our group's all over the place, and I can't even come up with a name for us. Why not the picnicking front again? That never worked in the first place. Just fouled up all the time with Dingo Brad, too. No need to put the suspicion, okay? Just treat me like you treat any other traveling clergyman. You really are with the church, then? I guess it's okay in that case. Indebted, huh? Is that all it is? Shahina, can I at least have a good first impression, please? I'm looking forward to seeing that homecoming performance you two are putting on. And as for you, Mario, I'm betting you've got all sorts of other topics to tackle. Yep, I'm actually here on business trip to cover a certain movie that's in the works. In fact, I've even got a meeting with its director and sponsors later. But now I'm curious, you're a lot busier than we expected, though. This is nothing. My schedule's still got plenty of wiggle room for rest days. But you know, all that hustle's really making me realize how incredible Dingo was. And he was juggling reporter works and side gigs while keeping his personal life without a sweat. Personal life, huh? Obviously the guy for a 24/7 workaholic. Well, this is just something Meld Magazine's editor-in-chief told me, but apparently whenever Dingo finished up a major piece, he'd always put in time off for a vacation. Huh. Yep. There's definitely will be less of a crowd during the event. Makes for a more relaxing stay here that way. Onion head. The perfect time to go on vacay is when everyone else is slaving away at their 9 to 5s. I don't think that's the point he was trying to make. I'm sure you'll have another opportunity to partake in the future. There's a lot of local attractions near you as well, but for your information, if you're interested, lay 'em on us. Or one of us, don't hesitate to get in touch if you need any help. You can even assist with matters of the heart, after all. Listening to the troubles of lost lambs is all in a day's work for a man of the cloth. That's not... Ah, what a clown. You sure you're from the church and not the circus? Hey, have some faith in me. I'm as priestly as they come. Man, that was a lovely chat, but what are they meant to be looking into anyway? Huh. Our conversation just now? Nothing gets by you, does it? Couldn't have got them to lower their guards to me on my own, though, so props to where they're due. Let's put on our next little activity. You're just a means to an end, huh? Have it your way. Yay!
Let's do a search.
Let's give this a whirl.
I've got plenty of bait!
Ooh, here it comes. That's the way it goes.
Plenty of bait.
Ooh, here it comes.
Oh wow, that was perfect.
That's the way it goes.
Another rock eater. Bruh, you've got like 2/3 of a chance to get a different fish.
Ooh, here it comes. That's the way it goes.
There we go. Oh, come on! 3 out of 4 chance.
Ooh, here it comes.
Got it.
That's the way it goes.
Brother! I finally have bait!
Ooh, here it comes. That's the way it goes.
Got it. Okay. Alright. I'll be staying here for about a week, making a vacation of sorts with some performances on the side. Okay. Let's see. Oh, you got something else? Got an appointment for an interview tomorrow about a new movie, so I'm prepped for that. Alright.
Okay.
Oh, it's basketball. I'll shoot some hoops.
For real?
Perfect. Nice.
Yeah, baby.
Like, what purpose does that serve? It has to be fun. Oh, it's you! I can't have thought about without hot sun and dry air. Well, my mom and little brother seem to be doing well. Yeah, my big sister is beautiful, and she's also really smart and really popular around the neighborhood. I mean, she is pretty. We shall go to the... Here. Excuse me. Did the Fazo put out that request? That's me and you are. Don't look like any fixer I've seen. I'm an acquaintance with autocrats, well, more or less. Things in the capital are keeping them busy, so I'm here in Tharbad to take up jobs for them. I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps this is fate. We'll get right to the point then. I'll ask you all to search for Sinum. Sinum. I think I remember hearing that name in one of Anne's files. Yeah, the girl with the sticky fingers. She started working at the bazaar after Van caught her red-handed though, right? That's correct, but my intuition keeps telling me she wasn't a bad person at heart. So I hired her, and she fit right in ever since. Why? As if she was always workforce. Someone who'd fallen through the cracks of society, saved yet again by this brigand. It's possible she's the type of person who likes to come and go as she pleases. Well, she was when we first were getting to know each other. But recently she actually made a bit of a point to tell me when she was leaving. This is the first she's ever been gone overnight. You don't mind me asking, did you get into a fight with her? Did you? Sort of maybe she ran away. No, we haven't argued at all lately. It seemed like she was finally getting used to her new life. If she left, I can't think of anything she'd done that would have suggested she was planning to. I thought the same, which is why I'm asking you what to look for. I need to know she's safe. Absolutely. I will take the case. Remember, the church can't exactly ignore a child going missing after all. Thank you. Rusha herself must have guided you here. Cultural district, I tried to my best to look down every street and every alleyway. I even asked the other shopkeepers if they had seen anything, but the only thing they could tell me is that she had been to the bazaar until yesterday evening. I mean, we could stick to talking to people outside the bazaar, right? They particularly recently gave me cause for concern. But not that I think about it. I'm just a bit of a worrywart, but lately it seems she's sort of been up to something. Okay. Alright, Fossil, leave the rest to us. Let's see. I was actually seeing him leave, right? Maybe we should try someone else to ask. We actually went to Aramis with someone who happens to be in the area today. Just given that she's family live in the culture district, I bet they'd be able to give us... Might have she picked up on something the others haven't. Okay.
Let's wrap this up quickly.
The girl that I had talked to earlier, as a matter of fact.
Got a moment?
Oh, Swin, Daria, is there something I can do for you? And, you are just a friend of ours. We wanted to ask you a couple of questions. For a job of ours, yeah? Kind of like the ones that came from the suggestion box back at Aramis. I'll try to help out as much as I can. Can't go request from two of my underclassmen, after all. Thanks for being so understanding. Well, yes, I knew her ever since I started working at the bazaar. I run into her nearly every time I come back to Tharbad. It was pretty dark when I was out in the bazaar last night, so I can't say for certain, but I believe I saw someone look like her heading to the entertainment district alone. It was after the bars had closed for the day. I was just on my way home from the hammam. It also said she didn't do anything, didn't tell him she was going out so late too. Considering she hasn't renewed, the possibility of stripping in the culture district snake to 0. Alright, that's good. I was gonna go there anyway. Now there'll be any more information to gather. Will you please charge? Oh, for the love of this stupid controller! And even if he didn't see, he might still have something useful to share. Well... I was going to go to the entertainment district anyway.
Shard search.
How about a shard search?
Let's do a search.
It's got every Central Eastern culture store.
Okay, let's go by the entertainment. It's going to be another hustle and bustle day in these parts. Look at us crawling, trying back where we should be staying. Aside from the Almira, other points of interest include the high-end casinos and the up-and-coming movie stars' biggest films. Still, those spots would get a pretty good read on the situation around town, too. Alongside the bulletin board, of course.
Take a look at our wares. What'll it be?
I'll take your turkey leg.
Thank you.
It's the Old Republic is partying the space graves. Okay, well. See if I can go ahead and at least finish this request.
Got it.
Leave it to
Very
me.
good.
Sure thing.
Hey, didn't you come by? We got a contract with the Cobra, so I can handle returning it. Thanks. There are plenty of people who want to go sightseeing around the...
Let me ask you this.
You're talking about that girl that drops in for the culture district every now and then. Sorry, no, I didn't see her around last night. Probably means she didn't leave the city then, huh? What does she need to come to the parking lot for? As a matter of fact, there's a homeless man who lives around here. His name is Nasri. Tries to sleep in our lot sometimes, so I usually have to keep an eye out for him. Apparently, he sort of took Sunima under his wing back when she was still a street urchin. Gives him food and water and stuff. Oh, okay. Wait, what if he knows where Sunima went? Well, actually, nobody's really seen the guy since last night. Kinda weird if you ask me. Usually when he leaves in the evening, he's right back at the same spot where he... Okay, reminds me when I was a kid, was always telling someone to watch out for kidnappers back then. Are kidnappers common in Tharbad? Man. Of course it did. Just happens that one of the organizations responsible for that problem expanded all the way into Tharbad about 10 years ago. Kind of fizzled out a couple of years ago, though. I haven't really seen much about them since. The DG cult? I've heard the number of related incidents have diminished rather significantly, thanks to their smart outside of the church. Doubt it happened again in this day and age, but it's pretty strange that two people would disappear at the exact same time. Are these really just a thing of the past? Got a bad feeling about this. Seems to be pointing to one answer. think it'd be best if we got some insight what's going on in the Central East underworlds right now. I believe there's a patriarch staying in Al Ymir. Here's an independent landowner in the region. Okay. Wait. Oh. Fascinating. Kidnapping. I didn't get to play as much as I wanted today. That's fine though.
What'll it be?
A shot coin purse. It's always a guy. Let's go. This is brand name counterfeit, huh? Good shop price, right? Of course. That's why they're so cheap. Whatever that kind of thing I'll have, you know.
All right, let's move.
The real scum of the earth.
Wow! That's one huge casino! Just imagine if the boss scored it big!
I'm certainly not going to win any jackpots if I can't even afford to buy in.
Just putting it into the universe.
Now then, if I'm not mistaken, we're gonna be meeting up with the informants this way.
I can exchange your tokens for prizes. Thank you very much.
Allow me to assist. I hope to see you again.
Search?
Might as well hit all this stuff up since I'm heading this way anyhow.
They're showing Orville movies here! I couldn't see them last time since I was stuck as a hollow.
Looks like they just opened it. I admit, some of those flicks look good.
We might as well stop in. It could be a good way to take a load off.
How can I help you?
And I shot. Oh, you got a weapon.
Please come again.
Maybe
Hey
I'll
there.
give these Orville
Good to have
films
ya.
a try.
Oh? What will you do from here?
That's awful kind of you.
Oh, thanks, us. I'll add it to my shrine.
My gratitude.
Thank you.
Until next time.
That's the way it goes. Yeah, baby.
Oh, believe me, I will certainly come back and see a movie. Let's go ahead and check the board since we're up here.
What have we here?
Monster? Oh. Okay, so sweet, huh? Dance rid of those eggs? Okay. We'll come back to you.
Is that kind of
Having fun? Anything strike your fancy? Thanks.
Of course, my guy.
the famous Altamira?
I appreciate, by the way. It's a simple.
Chimera. If only I could have booked it with Ez.
Want me to check you guys in? Don't worry about the mirror.
Not now. We're still on the clock.
But we could be eating a 6-star dinner, taking in the skyline from our own personal suite.
Don't worry. I'll take you back here one day.
Look at them whooping it up. I'm gonna take a dip too. We're gonna have to manage, Nadia. We're flat broke, remember? You know, said you bar high in your growing years. I don't remember asking for your two mirror, bold boy. Oh, did you guys ever let a cello go flee frozen? Nothing so extravagant. The fault may lie with me for giving her a false sense of expectations beforehand.
So this is the legendary Algemera, eh? What of you?
Twice.
Huh? You folks staying here too? My, but aren't you pretty young gals? Are you planning to hit up the pool later?
If only. Are you guests at this hotel, mister?
I am indeed. Just arrived from Edith this morning, in fact. Sadly, though, I'm only staying the one night. But boy, did I luck out with my reservation. Got myself a suite, I did.
A suite? Oh, why can't it be me?
And it was only a short spur-of-the-moment trip, too. Not many places are free from all this hullabaloo about the space program. But those that are have quite the sights to see. I wager you would say much the same, no?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, anywho, I think I'll be taking my leave.
Take that! Hey, quit it!
Spectacular. Yep, I think seeing these wondrous sights has tacked on a good 20 years to my lifespan.
No! Why is he gonna be a pervert? No! Why play this stereotype? Excuse striking you for the flesh of the end, you might not even make it there. If this Kevin, is something the matter? Not at all. Let's be on our way, shall we? Yeah. Guess I'll just let it go for now. Of course they know who he is! I know who he is too, dadgummit! I hate having this insider knowledge and not being able to do anything about it!
How about a shard search?
How about a shard search? A shard?
Quick question.
There are some health societal issues in the Central East related to kidnapping, so I'll tell you what I can. Perhaps we should start with some context. You see, slavery existed in the Central East as recently as the Middle Ages, a remnant of the Dark Ages. The Septian temples did prohibit its use, of course, but given its firmly rooted foundations, it proved difficult to eradicate. It's said that during this period, some people even built their fortunes on slavery, so-called slave traders. However, upon entering the modern era, the Church in the wider Central East took the initiative of abolishing the practice outright. I imagine that's when slave traders went into hiding, then, to continue their work from the shadows. Or depending on the region, there's still powerful families who have been bound themselves to the old customs. The Central East Mafia, which saw its beginning as a group of slave traders in That's right, the Quadas Noctarium, also known as the model organization among us Central Easterners. They operated out of a region near Vallis, Quadas, hence their name. Vallis's eventual growth incited Quadas's destitution, however, which led to Noctarium to escalate their criminal activities. For a time, they even had trafficking people in Tharbad. Huh. Try how they ended up joining Armada. I mean, Viola. After they were defeated. That girl. Thought the survivors fell in the hands of the military. From what I've heard, they were often abduct people to use as bait, seize anyone who came to their aid. Force the person they were initially abducting to scout out easy prey. I think I got the gist of these Noctarium guys now, but do you know what happened to their former members after Almada was destroyed last year? But I heard a good number of them fled to the Central East. Huh. I'd be surprised if there are a few stragglers somewhere. Thanks, Mr. Patriarch. You gave us lots of good info. It appeared in the entertainment district that at the same time a homeless man who taken up residence in the missing as well. Situation with similarities when the conditions for kidnapping people. It's possible it's just a coincidence. So also, okay, well, they would search for tangible evidence that a kidnapping took place. Okay.
Let's do a search.
So this is the famous Altamir.
Hey, stop on by!
Not you.
How about a shard search?
A kidnapping? Well, I'd say there was quite a few in the past, but not two people missing last night. Seems like they were looking for a resurgence. Did you maybe take a photo at the very moment of the abduction to smell? You do have a suspicion, but no evidence to support it. I don't know if it was sort of kidnapping, but I caught a glimpse of something in a street corner right before midnight. I was on my way home for the day. Saw people loading a sack into a car that was just in the right size for a person. So they drove off in the direction of the sand dunes. Before that, I heard them say something about a cave, but I couldn't quite make it out. A cave would be the best place to hide and meet up with co-conspirators. Seems we were checking out at least. Alright, so now we can... Yay! I like the sand sea. I am the sand guardian, guardian of the sand. Holy crap. Alright, rise the new awakening shard function. Somehow chanting a user's source of power.
Off we go.
The wheel is yours, Rufus.
You may leave this to me.
All right, let's rip.
Open wide! Hang it up!
Get on they go.
Mow him down!
You want to see what I can really do?
Always wanted a
There you go.
chauffeur.
Ugh. I knew we couldn't write you off.
Can I get into a fight like this, though? I can't get into a fight, but I can...
Vroom, vroom! Oh, treasure!
Let's rip. All right, let's keep up the pace.
Let's do this.
That's so funny.
All right, let's rip.
Get some.
A good chance for a sharp boost.
And so their moves are basically the same. Cool. Ha! You missed. Punk.
Sacred seed of mine. Empower me.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
This'll leave a mark. Suck it!
Sorry, gotta rest your souls. This is what.
Ooh. Avenging Order.
Doing good.
Forward. Bleed through!
I don't say
Here
we go.
Threats neutralized. Let us hurry on.
Of
Take the
course.
next one too, boss.
Bam!
No mercy.
Stick 'em.
Let's do it. Impale.
Yep, yep.
Circuitous, guarded up. A tense.
Auric swords. Feather of asunder! Look gang! Now!
Got it.
I'm all over it.
Ah, this is pretty
A
cool.
natural outcome.
Appreciate you, Rufus. I'm all prepped up. Put a bow on it.
I see.
You versus me.
Bam.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Gotta rest your souls.
That's actually really
Couldn't write you off.
freaking cool. Because, like, Gaius, while he had a stigma,
Off we go.
The wheel is yours, Rufus.
Engage at a safe distance.
Open wide.
You have my support.
Open wide.
Your charge attack is on hand.
Bam! Get on they go. Bam! Open wide.
ah,
I'm glad I could be of
we go.
assistance.
Always wanted a chauffeur.
Whee! Faster, faster!
Let's do a search.
Oh, treasure!
yep.
Off we go.
Always wanted a chauffeur.
We've no business that way.
Ah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been one fun episode. And now we shall continue onward. In our Jeep. Our Lino! I'll see you guys next time on Trails. Bye!